Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides, 1920–2000. A gentleman of few words and many contributions. April 14th, 1920. In one of Istanbul's shipping families, a Greek boy is born who would grow to become a prominent businessman and a true gentleman with a distinct personality, destined to be acknowledged around the world. Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides. As a member of a distinguished family with a long shipping tradition, originating from the island of Sifnos, he is meant to follow in the footsteps that his grandfather, the first businessman to order a new ship from the Genoa shipyard, had set for his descendants. Soon, however, his life takes a different turn, as with the outbreak of the Asia Minor disaster, his family is financially ruined. With his father missing for an entire year, his mother returns to Greece with her 4 children, amongst them 2-year-old Nikolaos Vernikos and his infant sister. Eventually, the family settles down in Piraeus, trying to get back on its feet. During the next few years, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides completes his basic education with distinctions, receiving first prizes from the municipalities of Athens and Piraeus, and by the age of 19, is already studying English literature at the University of London. Just before the outbreak of the Second World War, his godfather, Eugene Eugenides, foreseeing in Nikolaos Vernikos a potential most worthy successor, invited him to join him in Sweden. Eugene Eugenides' foresight did not prove wrong. Studying as well as working at the same time, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides graduated in 1941 from the economics department of the University of Gothenburg in Sweden. Fluent in 4 languages, among them Greek, English, French, and soon-to-be Swedish, he quickly managed to expand, on behalf of the International Eugenides Group, the trade in timber and timber products between Scandinavia and the Middle East, gaining the appreciation and admiration of market agents in a trade that was demanding, challenging, and extremely dynamic at the time. He is fast becoming visionary Eugene Eugenides' emerging successor, combining successful steps in the international market with the deep knowledge of an intellectual and the wide experience of a man of the world. Eugene Eugenides passed away in 1954, and according to his will, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides assumed the company's total management with registered offices in La Tour de Paix, Switzerland, expanding the organization and creating thousands of jobs around the world. In 1955, Vernikos-Eugenides was appointed Consul of Finland in Piraeus, and in the same year, Honorary Consul of Panama in Lausanne. At the age of 34, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides is the youngest head in one of the world's leading business groups, which include timber trade companies, shipping agencies, and liner services, such as Home Lines, a leading intercontinental passenger transport company that he developed into a cruise leader, which eventually contributed significantly in making the Bahamas a global tourist destination. Yet, another important contribution of his was the establishment in 1958 of the Hamburg Atlantic Line, a shipping line between Germany and the United States, teaming up with German Axel Bitsch Christensen. Intelligent and insightful, Vernikos-Eugenides foresees the development and the vertical integration trend of the cruise industry, and in the late 1980s decides with perfect timing to sell Home Lines and the state-of-the-art Atlantic and Homeric cruise ships to Holland American Line just before it was taken over by Carnival. In the meantime, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides has restructured the company's liner shipping network, including its flagship, Niver Lines, named after his initials, also making a major transition towards reefer ships for the transport of frozen cargoes and fresh goods requiring refrigerated transport. By the mid-60s, he had risen already in second place in this world shipping market segment to subsequently become one of the largest Greek ship owners worldwide. At the same time, he continues the handling of general cargoes, strengthening the Mediterranean South American line, founded by Eugene Eugenides, with general cargo ships, by creating 3 more lines with ships departing from the Mediterranean and traveling to Northern Europe, South Africa, and the Arab Emirates, following the trend of transitioning from general cargo vessels to container and ro-ro ships. Meanwhile, the group's extensive shipping agency network, founded in 1907 by Eugene Eugenides under the name Scandinavian Near East Agency, and including agencies in Buenos Aires, Genoa, Barcelona, Haifa, Alexandria, Istanbul, and Piraeus, continued its dynamic course. Parallel to his business activities, which provided the resources for the operation of the Eugenides Foundation, and immediately after Eugene Eugenides' passing, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides assists his godfather's and predecessor's sister, Marianthi Simu, through the first steps of establishing and organizing the Eugenides Foundation, standing by her side continuously until her own passing in 1981. Honoring her wishes, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides succeeded her as president of the administrative committee of the Eugenides Foundation, continuing her work with the same zeal, but also expanding its activities in other sectors as well. On his own initiative, the Foundation grants scholarships for postgraduate studies to graduates of the National Technical University of Athens and members of the Hellenic Coast Guard. Particularly valuable to the Hellenic Coast Guard has also been the availability of Eugenides group ships for the educational voyages of hundreds of cadets. The group fully covered their accommodation costs, giving them the opportunity to experience a circular voyage on board merchant ships, departing from the Mediterranean, traveling to South America, and returning via Spain, Italy, and other countries. Through these voyages, cadets gained hands-on maritime knowledge of cargo management and navigation practices, along with valuable experience relating to seafaring and seafarers training. Closely monitoring technological developments and always keeping abreast of initiatives supporting education, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides also planned the Foundation's transition to the 21st century, deciding for a total renovation and expansion of its facilities through the design of a new state-of-the-art planetarium. During his presidency, the Foundation donated to the Ministry of Education fully equipped vehicles for the transportation of students with disabilities, provided equipment for physics laboratories to dozens of secondary education establishments, offered research grants to professors of the universities of Ioannina and Patras, and donated simulators and radar simulation systems to the Center for Further Training of Merchant Marine Officers. One of the most important donations made under his presidency was the allocation of 900 million drachmas for the needs of school buildings damaged by the 1999 earthquakes in Attica. Along with all this activity, Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides never forgot his family roots in the homeland. His diverse contributions to the island of Sifnos included port and road infrastructure, as well as projects promoting the island's local cultural tradition and its touristic development, with an emphasis on the protection of Sifnos' natural beauty. Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides passed away on November 7, 2000, without having the chance to witness the modern technical and scientific center he had envisioned to adorn Athens coming to light. But his dream will become a reality, and the planetarium will join the Ivy League of planetariums worldwide as a model education and entertainment center, disseminating scientific knowledge about the universe to the next generations. He is rightly considered to be the Foundation's second founder, and like his predecessor, Marianthisimu, he believed that it was his duty to contribute to his homeland while never vying for awards or publicity. Even though he received many medals and honors from several important institutions around the world, as well as the Greek government, culminating with the Academy of Athens Award, he continued to discreetly serve the scientific, technical, and vocational education in Greece for decades to come. Few people could live up to Eugene Eugenides' name and its weighing legacy. Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides achieved this, fully justifying the expectations of his predecessor. With a deep knowledge of international shipping and trade, with a rare business intelligence, creativity, and courage, but also as a man with a wide and deep culture. He was a prominent figure, not only in Greece, but also worldwide. I believe that when there is moderation in words, then we also have an indication of substantial work, he used to say, and he lived by this motto, showing at the same time an utmost discretion in his countless private benefactions, and his work was truly substantial. His path in life still inspires hard work, entrepreneurial courage, vision, generosity, modesty, ethos, and deep human empathy. Life has no meaning unless also guided by the heart. Actions in our life that rely only on the mind, without the active participation of our consciousness under the control and dictation of the heart, can sometimes be happy events, but only by chance. Nikolaos Vernikos-Eugenides, having Switzerland and Greece as centers of his diverse business activity, as well as family roots in the living maritime tradition of the Cyclades, and especially his beloved Sifnos, was also a distinguished man of the world and a true Greek. He brought an air of nobility to the maritime reality for more than half a century, and a feeling of patriotism ready to be turned each time into an act of generosity. He passed by us discreetly, but in our collective memory will remain as yet another gentleman from the shipping world, a Greek of the seas and of the selfless acts.